our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And today I have Devara Thunderbeat, who does a tour and has found Egypt in Sedona. Let me bring her on.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great.
Fantastic. Well, I have to say that I had the opportunity. You gave me a mini tour, and I was awestruck, actually, because I see what you see in the rocks, and I think others will too. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Well, it is a 20-year project. I've been living in Sedona for 23 years. And spiritually guided to finding the sphinxes, gods and goddesses, ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses, where there's Isis, Horus, Ra, Osiris, Hathor, Sekhmet. I mean, they're all there, all in one area. So there's no coincidence. And I have, I just finished the book. I've been doing the tour actually for a few years, and everybody said, you got to do a book. So I did.
Yes.
I finally got the book out, but it has a lot of faces in it. It's not just Egypt. I have found other cultures here, dragons and birds, and we're talking statues like Kuan Yin, Ganesh. It just
Ganesh, I saw that one. That I went, Ganesh, you got to be kidding! And then so I had to look at him and going, oh wow.
Yeah, they look like they're melted. These rocks. There's something here thousands of years ago. We're talking an ancient history lost that's no one knows about. So that's what I'm excited about, and showing the. You can always look at the book on Amazon. Devara Thunderbeat, Faces in the Rocks. It's actually called Sedona, Faces in the Rocks, and Ancient Egypt Found. Yeah,
I'll add those links in the description too, so people can get them. I don't think I.
Yeah, it's still blowing me away.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Hello, Robin. We have one person. If anybody has any questions, feel free, to ask her any questions that you might have, because it is pretty fascinating. I've like I said, I've seen some of it, and I'm kind of awestruck by it. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, if you want to show the video, you can at least get a little bit of an idea of some of the pictures in the book and the tour, so they can really kind of see a little bit of it.
Yes, let's do that. I didn't have a chance to be able to get the pictures because we needed to change the format. But anyway, that will be upcoming. And this is a great little video, and it's amazing. I can't figure out. Have you figured out yet how these got here?
Well, they are huge. They're sides of mountains. They're so big. I don't know if they're giants or. I did have a lady on my tour. She works in a mine now for 15 years. And she's never been to Sedona, and I drove her around, and she said, oh my God, these are cut lines. These are not natural. None of these are natural. These are all cut. And she could even verify that. And it was amazing. She showed me things that I didn't even see. But they're thousands of years old. That's what I keep getting. Like it could have been before. It's definitely before the flood because they're red. They've been underwater. So we had two floods, one 6,000 years ago and then one 13,000 years ago. And I really think it's 13,000 years ago. I mean, I've been doing my research on some of the things they have found in Arizona. They have found in Phoenix. They have found Egypt in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, they call it Little Egypt. They have found in Lake Powell, which is 3 hours north of here, they have found hieroglyphs, Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's all in my book. All my research is in the book. And in Mexico, which is probably, I don't know, 300-400 miles away from Sedona, Arizona, they have found a cave with ancient Egyptian carvings. They date them back to 18,000 years ago. So, and then they talk about the Grand Canyon that they're hiding, that they found ancient Egypt there. That,
yeah, somebody just.
Yeah, putting it all together, and there's something going on here. Absolutely.
Yeah. You've been to Egypt too, haven't you?
Oh, many times. I've been studying Egypt. I've been studying Egypt actually for 25 years. So that's why I think I recognize them like right away. But I'm Native, I'm Native American, and as a child, my family would always say, when you see the faces in the rocks, those are the ancient ones and the ancient knowledge. So I would always look at rocks differently as a child, since I was a child. So.
Wow. Fascinating. Okay, well, we can play this if you'd like. Here we go. This is the little tour thing. I'm going to take us off and make it bigger. There we go. Wow.
Yeah. It's still blowing me away too. And I've been doing this for, driving around these rocks for 20 years and going, oh my God, there's another face. And it's 3 different worlds. You go out in the morning, you see one world. You go out in the afternoon, there's a whole different world, even in the same place. And then you go out for sunset and it's like, what? Then there's other faces just pop out of nowhere. And I'm like, wait a minute, I was just here like 3 hours ago. I didn't see that. So they come out at certain times.
That is so true. I have had that experience too. It's like, well, where did it go? I know it was here. I saw it yesterday. Right? But at different times of the day, you see different stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's the lighting. Definitely the lighting. And it's just mind-blowing. It really is.
It is.
But I found Thoth in 2 places, and then he told me, actually, I do hear messages from the rocks are alive. Everything is alive. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I can hear the rocks speak. I used to have a crystal store for 9 years. I would be totally can tune into crystals and rocks. And I heard Thoth tell me after they found him for the second time, he says to me, now find the kings and the queens. And I'm like, what? And I went and looked for that week. I found 3 sets of queens and kings and queens in 1 week. And now in the book, I think I have about 7 or 8 sets of kings and queens, and I have probably about 6 kings on their own. It's like, that is Atlantis. I mean, they talked about the kings in Atlantis, the 10 kings, the 12 kings. I really think it's, some ancient lost history here of Atlantis, that they've taught. That's all I can think of. It's totally was, like I said, under the flood. It was a flood here, and Atlantis was all over the world. They could travel. So, and here's another fascinating thing. I put the 2 and 2 together. In Egypt, they call themselves the Crimson Race. Okay, the ancient Egyptians called themselves the Crimson Race, and the Native Americans called themselves the Red Race. Well, the red and crimson are the same thing.
I was going to say, aren't they the same color?
Yeah, same color. So maybe they were part of that culture. The Red Race. It was called the Red Race. So, and the Native Americans have been over here for over tens of thousands of years. The Hopi talk about them before the flood. They had to go into the Grand Canyon and live underneath into the caves of the Grand Canyon because of the flood, and they were there so long they forgot their history.
Oh my word!
Yeah, and I've talked to them personally, and they've told me that. They said, "Yeah, we were so many generations that we were down there for thousands and thousands of years that we lost our story, that we lost our history."
Wow. So, but they were able to go down into underground far enough that the flooding wasn't following them, right, or whatever.
Exactly. They were safe. Wow. Safe. They were very safe underneath the inside the Grand Canyon, they said.
Wow. And I heard that was created by like a laser type thing during some war or something like that. The Grand Canyon, that is.
I haven't heard that one.
There, I don't. Yeah, I just read that recently. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't get a chance to vet it or not or anything. But what about? There are different in the Grand Canyon itself. There are places where they won't let people in. Do you know anything about those?
It's a northern rim. And in the northern rim, they have temples that are called Isis Temple, Osiris Temple, Seth Temple. They actually have a map when you go to the north rim of Grand Canyon, and they will show you those names on the map. They're already there, but they won't let you go there. You're not allowed to go hiking into those temple areas or at all. No one's allowed. You can go look and you can see them, like an overview by the restaurant. There's a restaurant there, but that's it. You're not allowed to go any further down in that area. And another marble canyon. There's areas there that you're not supposed to go. You're not allowed to go either. So there's something back there too.
Wow. So are they actually guarded with military or with?
I don't know. I heard they used to be. I'm not sure if they still are. I mean, somebody staying there forever would be a long time. But I've heard for 30 years that they were guarded, and I'm sure they have cameras over there. There's no trails that you're allowed to go on. It's forbidden. No trespassing areas. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do they own it? I guess we the people are supposed to be in charge, but obviously we're not. Yeah. So anyway, I was wondering, do you have any like a Hopi elder friend or anything that might be willing to come on, and we could talk about some other prophecies? I
could talk to somebody, when I see them. They don't come down to Sedona very often, but when they do, I see them maybe a couple times a year. I'm wondering if I could show any of my pictures on my book. If that would you think that would work?
You might be able to show a few of them. The only trouble is the virtual thing is
it wobbly?
kind of shaky for some
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Oh well. All right. Well,
All
let's
right.
come on again, and we can go to the whole show. How's that?
Yes, I think that would be great because people would love it. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to
It's
convert
okay.
the picture so that they would work on this
That's
particular platform. So that's the problem at this point. So I'll find out. We'll find a way to convert them, and we'll come on again. And so you'll be able to see more of the sites that she's talking about, and
Yeah.
it is amazing. It
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
absolutely. Here's our
Let
preview,
me see.
so you can yeah, definitely. I'd love to show the pictures. So
Yes, I wanted to show them when I saw them. I'd be
don't
like,
worry,
ah.
this is our
And then
preview, and
yeah.
we'll get to show them again soon. So
Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. This is shorter than we anticipated, but now you're aware of this tour, and you can find the book on Amazon. I will put the book link in the description as well. But also, we're going to come back and show you some of those pictures so you can see
yeah,
what
and
we're
if you want to
talking
get the
about.
book like right away too, thunderbeat.com on my website's available also. So
Oh, okay. Great, fantastic. So, that being said, we'll see everyone again soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Devara, for being here. And I almost slipped up. I did it.
all
Got
right,
it right this
thanks,
time.
Gail.
All right. You take care. Much
Bye
love.
bye.
Take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show